Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we're over here getting ready to put in a gate and an entrance, and then the actual perimeter fence is going to go down the side of the blacktop here. Anyway, we've been dealing with utilities and getting the water line marked, the phone line. That's all we have to deal with on this one. There is a pipeline, but it's in the middle of the property back there. This is the farm that Jan and I bought. It's 140 point something acres. I think 140.8. Anyway, the developers had bought it from a local cattle guy. He got out of the business, and there were 17 houses going to be built on this. And before Jan and I made the final push and offer on it, they had sold 4 of them, but all 4 of them are on this end over here. So they're not really going to mess with us too much. They're on this end of the farm. But look at this place, folks. I mean, they got 2 entrances like this. I forgot what they were going to call this. They even had a name for the subdivision. I think we're going to put up their Green Pastures Farm up on the top of that. But anyway, there's 2 of these great big old pipe entrances. That's 8-inch pipe. It's in the ground 5 feet in concrete. Not going to pull it up. I'm going to leave it there. But we're going to put a gate on this because everybody and their dog is driving in here just because there's a gravel road and it looks like a cool place to, you know, just a cool place to drive. It goes down that hill, crosses the creek, and goes clear up on the back of the farm. There's another one just like it, about another half mile up here. But folks, this is a beautiful farm. It's a grazing farm. It's not a subdivision. It's not a subdivision. Not in my lifetime. What happens after we are gone from this earth is another matter. But there's not going to be houses growing on these ridges, and they had every one of these ridges broken down to have a house sitting on it. You know, the old saying, the developer never saw a piece of ground that looked any good unless it had a house sitting on it. Well, I believe it. I mean, they're just, but the way they break it up is just ridiculous. Anything to make a buck, you know. They had a 16-acre tract down here on that corner, and just so he could get more per acre, he split it into 2 7-acre. No, it was a 15-acre tract, 2 7.5-acre tract, just so he could get another, you know, $2,000 more an acre. This looks like an old pond site. There's the spillway that washed out. That was probably built with a horse back in the 1800s. That's what it looks like to me. I think I'm gonna have Johnny come in. I don't know, it's got sod in it. I'll probably just leave it. It's not hurting anything. We're not big on doing a lot of brush hogging. This is gonna get brush hogged, but it's gonna get brush hogged with cattle. But see, we have 0 fence. The developers ripped out all the fence. So there's no fence up there on that blacktop now. We do have high tensile on the back. We got high tensile on the west. And it comes to high tensile all the way up to that white house over there. Clear back up to F on that side. So we've got a fence, what you're looking at here. We gotta follow that driveway down. It goes up that hill. And clear back to the east there. We gotta fence that. The boys and I, we've been making good progress. We've got some brace, a lot of the 8-inch wooden braces put in. We're matching up what's there. That's what the previous landowner had. He had 8-inch brace wooden. I like fiberglass. I like timeless. We're going to use some timeless. We've got some timeless corners. The A-frames, they're already, well, we've already got them put together. And we're going to use them back in there. They go in the ground good. They're super sturdy, very attractive. And that's what we're using on the back of the farm. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us. Folks, this is March 6th. You can see this grass is coming. It's coming. We need to have cattle in here. I would say within 2 to 3 weeks. So we did get through. Somebody asked if we, Jan put this on Facebook that we bought it, and somebody asked if we got any ponds with it. We certainly did. We got 3. There's a really nice pond up in that valley. It's got a tank and a hydrant on it. When I say tank, it's got a 600-gallon galvanized tank, plus it's got a frost-free, all fed by that pond. And then you come over here, and there's another pond up in this ridge over here. You can't see it behind those trees. And it doesn't have a pipe in the dam. And so I'm going to use our rock skirts that we like. We're going to put rock skirts in there. And go that route. And down the road, we might look at putting a solar pump on that pond. It's a big pond. It's an old pond. It's at least 70 years old. Yep, this is everybody, the old timers around here called this the Howard Richards farm. Howard Richards was one of the nicest old fellows you ever met in your whole entire life. And I can remember Howard. I don't remember how many cows he ran on this. Of course, there wasn't any rotation hardly. Howard had, oh gosh, he might have had 20, 25 cows on here. And maybe more than that, I don't know. But at one time there was close to, I think, 200 and some acres in here. And this was sold off as 171 acres, and we got 141 of it. But the beautiful thing is, Doug and Joanna, our bull farm is right down through that valley. There's 100 acres that fastens onto this that we have leased, and it still has the old, new H braces that all we have to do is put our gates back on it. So we can move from Doug and Joanna's right onto this and just keep rotating, grazing. There's the frost free. See that blue tank in the, right down there? Okay. That blue tank, and gosh, I forgot how many he's got on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 of them. They're all hooked on to pressurized water, which was coming from another farm. And so this particular farm didn't have a public water on it. And that's something we're working toward. We're hoping we can get that. If we can't, we're gonna drill a well. But we know where the line's at. Folks, there's a 2-inch PVC line feeding all those tanks, pressurized water. All we gotta do is hook into it. It's up on that hill over there. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 other ponds on here that have really good pressure from the pond, because the pond is located up the hill. Pretty good jag from the tanks. And I've already turned on the hydrants. They've got really nice pressure. And the ponds are full. Darn ponds are full. Over here, it's look like they're not even in a drought as far as the ponds, but you got to look back at the record on our rain. This is the area of Clark. No joke. Last year, we got, I think it was 2/10 of an inch. And our farm lays straight west of here, about 3 miles. Okay? Our farm received like 4/10 of an inch that night. They got 7 inches over here. 7 inches, 3 miles from our house. That's why the ponds are all full. I remember coming over here to the bull farm. I couldn't believe it. The spillway had water roaring out of it. I'm like, how did it do that with 4/10 of an inch? Well, then we got to checking around the neighbors around here, and they got 7 inches over here. Yeah, that's how they did it. Those darn cedars, we're gonna get them. I'm gonna whop them puppies. There's some trash that blew off of a high energy supplement. Kent feeds somebody's protein tank. It blew off the top of it as they were going down the highway, I guess. But yeah, as far as you can see, folks, that's ours. Every bit of that, clear up to that very far wood line up there. Comes all the way around, clear up to that dirt pile over there and back. So it lays nice. This is what's crazy about this land, folks, is we've been digging holes now the last 2 days, putting in these braces. We're going down 4.5 feet, 8-inch treated posts. And here's the crazy part. Up on some of that hillside over there, we got into 2 to 3 inches of black dirt. And then we moved further east over here this morning, and we got into 13 inches of black soil. 13 inches. I haven't seen 13 inches of dirt in Rucker or Clark in my life. So, I don't know. It's just, I know one thing, he fed a lot of hay up there, the previous owner did. That was kind of where he wintered his cattle at. That probably has a lot to do with it. But I just kept digging and digging and digging. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm not used to, usually one dig 4 inches down, you're in yellow clay out here, but I never found yellow clay up there on that hill. And so that's a blessing. That's a blessing. But this is a farm, if you go back into, I believe it was August, September, I hauled the hay. I bought the hay off this farm. The developer wanted it to look pretty. And so he hired a hay contractor to come in here and mow it. And I got every bale. There was 200 bales taken off it. I got them. And a lot of them are sitting on another farm. We have not fed them. We haven't needed them. You know where they're going? They're gonna come right back over here. I'm gonna unroll them on the land that they came off of. I'm putting the fertility back where it came from. Yep. So that's gonna be kind of cool. But everybody thinks that hay is just hay. It's just grass that really you didn't need. And yeah. Well, it is until you can't grow anymore because you took all the hay off and bankrupted it. This is what wasn't hay this year. The reason they didn't hay this area is kind of steep. Look at the grass in here. This land will grow grass. Lots of grass. Lots of grass. Yeah. So what you're looking at here is a whole summer's worth of growth, and it never got grazed and it never got hayed. And there is a ton of carbon here. It's so darn thick. It's thick. Yeah, there's some brand new earthworm turds right there. I'll pull them out for you. Oh, I don't break them up. There they are. Yeah, earthworm's already breaking this down. I can't wait to get our bulls in here. And we're gonna keep our steers this year. Instead of selling them, we're gonna keep them. We're gonna need them. And we're gonna put the steers in with the bulls. So we're gonna have, I don't know, whatever it is, it's a pretty good size herd in here. And we'll be rotating them around this farm. Yep. So we coined a phrase for this farm. We're growing cows, not houses. Yep. Growing cows, not houses. And I know this much, every neighbor I've talked to around here is just ecstatic that they're not going to lose this beautiful, beautiful view, and it's not going to be chewed up with houses. Folks, we can't cover up all of our land, and especially land that is putting out food. This has been a grazing farm for forever. There's always been livestock on it, and it's conducive to livestock. And if it was flat, it would have a tractor, and that big spray rig that just went by me, you heard that big roar, he'd be out here spraying it, getting ready to put row crop on it. But they can't do it, it's too steep. Well, I shouldn't say they can't. It's not gonna happen. Not with us owning it, but this is grazing land. You put put crop on this, you're gonna lose all your topsoil. It's gonna go down in that draw down there and end up in the Mississippi River. Yep, that's what'll happen. Folks, I'm gonna get out of here. It's a beautiful day. We're gonna keep working on this, and I'll keep you updated on the progress on the fencing, and we're hoping to have livestock in here within the next 2 to 3 weeks if it can make it go. We just got a lot of fence to build, plain and simple. But we got a heck of a crew, and we're gonna keep working at it. Folks, y'all have a good one. We'll see you down the road, and hit that subscribe button on the way out.